Vincent Kemosi. I'm the immediate former Member of Parliament, West Mugaran constituency, and currently I'm serving as the National Chairperson, Jubilee Party. Yesterday night at around 10 p.m. in the night, while I was in my home at Rangenyo Kora village with my parents, I had just taken dinner with my parents and we were discussing family matters. I had a knock at the door, and my house people opened the door, and upon opening, the police officers came in, numbering about 20 of them who came to the house. Some were armed, about 10 of them in uniform, armed, and another 10 of them who were in civilian were not armed. Upon greeting them, one of the officers who introduced himself as the commander of that battalion informed me that I was a person of interest and there are issues which they would want me to respond to, and therefore they asked me to accompany them to the police station. But before we proceeded, I asked them, what have I committed, which crime have I committed? And as per the law and also the constitution, I needed to be informed of any crime or of any offense that I've committed. And then he told me that I will be informed once we proceed. And he also cautioned me, if I be cooperative, we will drive to the police station. But if I don't cooperate with them, they could handcuff me. So I told them I have no problem. I proceeded. We proceeded. We went outside my gate. I found out that there were two motor vehicles, the Land Cruisers, which were parked, which also had about 5 police officers outside. In total, there were about 25 police officers. Then I entered the Land Cruiser. They drove me to Nyamira police station, where they booked me at around 10:45 in the night. And once they booked me, I tried to inquire also what was my offense. At that particular time, they did not inform me, but they told me that they'd been instructed to arrest me and also put me in the cells. After a while, they put me in the cells in the Nyamira police station cells, and I stayed there until around 1 a.m. in the morning, when they called me and told me to go and record a statement. So I proceeded to record a statement, and among the issues they were asking me is that yesterday I had attended an event at Sironga Sports Grounds, where there was a ceremony of graduates who had completed their studies in vocational and training colleges, and I was given an opportunity to greet people, and which I did greet people, and I also gave my speech, and I did not talk about anybody. Thereafter, I left, and then outside the venue, a city has been. I met some of my supporters who stopped me. I had a brief chat with them, and then I proceeded to Sondu, where I spent the rest of the day, where I had a meeting with some few friends and also some few grassroots leaders from West Mugaran. So I recorded my statement at around 1 a.m. to around 2 a.m. Then thereafter they told me that they will consider releasing me on condition that I will adhere to the instructions which they would want to give later. Then I told them I have no problem. They released me, and this morning at around 3 a.m. I was free. So I tried to inquire in a nutshell which offense I had committed. There was no offense. I was only told that I was mobilizing youths to come out in large numbers so that they can protest it today. Something that I never did. And I want to say this for record. Kenyans are already tired with the Kenya Kwanza administration led by William Ruto. In this country, no leader is required to mobilize Kenyans to come out and protest. Kenyans themselves have already mobilized themselves. So the Kenyans at large, they do not need any leader to mobilize them. They are undergoing very difficult situation economically, and they have made a decision. We in the united opposition, we have not mobilized anybody to come out and protest. Kenyans themselves have decided, and they have said they will come out and protest. And that is their constitutional right under the constitution, mawakili wako hapa Kilifi to come out and protest, picket peacefully. What the government is doing is taking us to the dark days during the Nyayo era. And I want to say this, we, and I in particular, I was one of the people, very critical stakeholders. During the campaigns of 2022, I and some other leaders from the region, about 5 of us, we were appointed as the regional coordinators. I was in charge of Nyanza province as the coordinator of Kenya Kwanza. At that particular time, it sounded to them we were good, and after they formed the government, they threw us out, and we decided to join another formation that is receptive to us. We joined the united opposition, and from the day that we joined the united opposition, the Kenya Kwanza administration has been looking for us. I have spoken to some of the officers in the security sector in confidence this morning, and they have informed me that from this region, 3 people have been put on the radar. One of them is Honorable Kibagendi, who was arrested about 2 months ago, and he was charged in court. So he has been, their plan has been partly executed. Another one who is on the radar, who is being tracked, who is being monitored wherever he goes, is Senator Nyoka from this region. He is being tracked, he is being monitored, what he says, and they are looking for an opportunity to arrest him. And finally, myself here, I have been also on the radar since last year when we had the elections for Nyamaiya, when they also attempted to arrest me. But because I had a lot of supporters, numbering to about 500 of them, they did not manage to execute their plan. Since then, they have been looking for me, to arrest me, intimidate me for no good reason. And the reason that I'm being targeted is one and simple. Because one, I'm a member, active member of the United Opposition as the chairman of Jubilee part of Kenya. And then another reason is because I'm a supporter of His Excellency Fred Okengo Matiang'i. That is the reason where they are targeting us. And I want to say this to the Kenya Kwanza administration. We assisted you, William Ruto, to form this government. When you needed us most, you looked for us. When you needed us most, you called to your residence and they gave us instructions to oppose an attempt of Asimio penetrating in Kisii region. You gave us instructions to make sure that nobody, or at that particular time, you perceived His Excellency Fred Matiang'i to be fighting you politically. You gave us instructions, and when you were in need, we assisted you. Now that you have formed the government, you threw us out of that government. You've come back to intimidate us. And we are saying, from now henceforth, I have made one cardinal decision that no amount of intimidation, no amount of harassment, no amount of persuasion that will ever make me to back down. I'm not going to back down. My resolve is to make sure that William Ruto is a one-term president the way we put him in leadership. Yes. The people who put William Ruto in leadership are here. Cliff Ombeta is here. And many more, they are here. His Excellency Gashawa, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, and among others who I can be able to mention. we have made a resolve. If it means we have to die so that this Kenyan can be reparated, some of us, we are ready to die as martyrs. As long as this country is freed from oppression, from bad leadership, from arrogance, from theft, so that our children in the future can have a future. I have therefore resolved that from now henceforth, if you've been thinking that I've been opposing your government, be prepared, because I'm going to oppose this government 3 times. So, mimi nataka kumalizia hapo nikisema sisi tumeamua kwa kauli moja upande huu wa Kisii na Gusii in general. Tumeamua kwa ikifika mwaka ujao, hata sisi kutoka hapa nyumbani tuko na kiongozi wetu ambaye anaitwa Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Sisi tumeamua tutashirikiana na yeye, tutafanya ile bidii ambayo inatakikana ili kuonyesha kuwa yeye amekuwa rais wa taifa hili, na hakuna mtu yeyote atatusurutisha, hakuna uoga. Sisi tumepitia uoga na tumeamua tutaenda mbele. Na kwa kumalizia, ile maneno ambayo imeleta hii shida ni kwa sababu nimeenda Chana Sironga nikasema rais wetu ni Fred Matiang'i. Hakuna maneno mengine. Wakasema wameleta pesa bilioni 27 ambao inatengeneza madarasa, ambao inatengeneza sijui mashule, inatengeneza nini, na mimi nikasema hiyo pesa hatujaiona hapa. Hiyo pesa ikuje. Sasa hiyo ndio imeleta shida, eti sasa wananitafuta kisiasa. Igaba antu baminto nje